Welcome back. This session, we are going to talk about the romantic approach to education. We use the term romantic to describe certain educational tendencies that were present in the classical romantics of the 18th and 19th centuries. Romanticism had a decisive influence on 19th century thought, in much the same way that modernism has influenced the 20th century. In this session, the Romantics' celebration of the imaginative, the childlike, and the expressive is stressed. The Romantic approach to education places great emphasis on the metaphor of organic growth and maturation. The physical growth of a plant is the guiding image of the educational romantics. The old saying, "Tall oaks from little acorns grow," captures their emphasis on growth. Romantics hold that what comes within the child is the most important aspect of development. Therefore, the pedagogical environment should be permissive enough to allow the inner good, which are their abilities and social virtues, to unfold and the inner bed to come under control. A seedling comes with all it needs to mature into a full-grown plant. All the gardener has to do is carefully nurture it. He certainly does not need to add anything to the plant. His task is not to glue petals on the lilac bush or to wild fruit on the apple tree. Likewise, children are essentially complete in themselves, and education consists primarily in drawing out their already whole inner resources and knowledge. Education should be concerned more with helping children blossom than with giving them information they do not want or need. In its extreme forms, educational romanticism is quite deterministic. Nature, it is said, has determined what each person is best equipped to do. Just as apple seeds produce only apple plants, and marigold seeds develop only into marigold plants, so certain persons are best suited to unfold into farmers, others lawyers, and still others into plumbers. The teacher's job is to enable them to do what nature has equipped them to do well. No child is to be forced into another's mold. In religious education circles, educational romanticism has generally appeared as a permissive, experience-centered approach. It frequently claims to be based on scientific data that enable educators to understand how children develop, what they are like in the various stages of maturation, and how best to foster their growth. The term child-centered is often used to describe this orientation, meaning that the needs and inclinations of the child rather than content are given primarily consideration when designing an educational program. The needs of the child determine the subject matter. There is nothing so worthy or noble that it can legitimately be forced on a child. Rousseau's orientation has profoundly influenced both secular and religious education. Romanticism has served as a needed corrective to some of the dehumanizing forms of education that have appeared throughout history. The Romantic tradition reminds us that persons are of great value and are more than minds to be filled with knowledge. While the Romantics have enriched our practice of education, it would be incorrect to assume that only they are concerned about care and affirmation. Genuine personal respect for students is displayed by advocates of each of the orientation presented in all these four approaches. Romantic educators have reminded all educators of the vital role played by the social and emotional environment of the classroom, and have urged that the education be more human and less mechanical. These modern disciples of Rousseau have done much to set aside the concept that children are simply little adults. The Romantics honor and value childhood and have helped educators to view it not as a time of limited abilities, but as an opportunity for meaning learning. This can be seen as major contribution that the Romantic approach has for the modern education. Thanks for watching. See you next time.